Yeah, well, oh, there we go. It's on now. I'm on. Is that which channel? Oh,
it's
oh.
Test. Test, 1, 2, test 1, 2.
That's not good. Is it by chance plugged into this? Check. 1, 2. Yep.
Test 1, 2, test 1, 2. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Shabbat Shalom. We invite you to come and take your seats. Good, okay.
Olam chesed yivaneh, yadadai, dai, yadadai. Olam chesed yivaneh, yadadai, dai, yadadai. Olam chesed yivaneh, yadadai, yadadai. Olam chesed yivaneh, yadadai, yadadai.
So repeat after me. Olam Chesed Yibaneh, which means a world of kindness will be built. The words are in the title of the song on the supplement, and then the continuing words are right below that. So, Olam Chesed Yibaneh. This is not a descriptive statement. This is a prescriptive statement. We are the ones who will build this world of kindness.
Olam chesed yivaneh,
Yalalai, everybody!
Yadadai, yadadai. Olam chesed yivaneh.
Raise your voices!
Yadadai, yadadai. We're going to go a little bit higher now. Olam chesed yivaneh, Yada da da da, yada da da. Say hi. Olam chesed yibaneh. Yada da 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 da. I will build this world from love. Yada da da da, yada da da. You must build, and you must build this world from love. Yada da da da, yada da da. And if we build this world from love. Da 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 da, yada da da. Then God will build this world from love. Yada da da da, yada da da. Olam chesed yibaneh. Yada da da da, yada da da. Olam chesed yibaneh. Yada da da da, yada da da. A little bit higher now. Olam chesed yibaneh. Yada da da da, yada da da. Olam chesed yibaneh. Yada da da da, yada da da.
I whispered a prayer, a secret prayer to God, who whispered a secret prayer to me, so quietly that it arrived in the chambers of my soul without a sound. Oh, how I wish to hear your voice. Oh, how I wish to know your dreams for me, God. Oh, how I wish to let my heart run wild and free. As light as a bird's song, as true as the call of the shofar, as certain as an angel calling out, holy, holy, holy. I whispered a secret prayer to God, who whispered a secret answer to me, to trust that blessings arrive in the chambers of my soul without a sound. Let's sing together.
Olam chesed yibaneh. Yada da da da, yada da da. Olam chesed yibaneh. Yada da da da, yada da da.
All of us have been inundated with news the past 2 weeks. News that has not gotten better, but news that continues to seem to get worse. And I've mentioned this, I've referred to this on our online meditation, in the classes that I'm teaching, at Shabbat last week. And as much as I know that we must mourn and we must pay attention, it is easy for our minds to get lodged over there, where that happened and where these terrible things are happening, to the point that all we are is over there. But the work that we have to do is here. Yes, we can raise money, and yes, we can support friends, and yes, we can offer support to relatives who are in Israel and in other places in the world. But the work we can actually do is here. And so when terrible things happen, For me, the only recompense, the only recourse is, and in the words of my dear friend Rabbi Steve Gross, to double and triple down on love. So I pray that tonight and every Shabbat going forward is just that kind of reminder. That yes, we will think and pray and hope and dream, but here is where the work is to be done by our hands. So tonight we begin the celebration of Shabbat and also the bat mitzvah of Eliza Altenberg. And in order to get that started, I have a minion of candle lighters to invite up. Would Eileen Weissman, Alison Altenberg, Liz Weissman, Aunt Pearl, Julie Kramer, Quinn, Riley, Eliza, Talia, and Aviva please come forward? He was not invited. The prayer is on page 3. Huh? You can be there as long as you don't get him near the flame. Amen. And we continue on page 4. Lecha Dodi.
Yalla lai la lai lecha dodi. Yalla lai la lai likra kala. Yalla lai la lai b'nei Shabbat. B'nei Shabbat nekabe la. Yalla lai la lai lecha dodi. Yalla lai la lai likra kala. Yalla lai la lai b'nei Shabbat. B'nei Shabbat nekabe la. Shamor v'zachor b'diburecha. Ishmi'anu El Hamyuchan Adonai Echad Ushemo Echad L'Shem Utiferet V'lechilai Alai lai lai Yala lai la lai lecha dodi. Yalla lai la lai likra kala. Yalla lai la lai b'nei Shabbat. B'nei Shabbat nekabe la. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha. Ki mekor habracha merosh mikedem nesucha sof ma'aseh b'machsheva techilai alai lai lai yala lai la lai lecha dodi. Yalla lai la lai likra kala. Yalla lai la lai P'nei Shabbat, P'nei Shabbat, Nekabelam. Hitoreri, Hitoreri, Ki ba'oref Kumi Uri, 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 Shir Daberi, Kevod Adonai, Alayich Niglai, Alai, lai, lai, Yalla, lai, la, lai, Lachadodi, Yalla, lai, la, lai, Likrakala, Yalla, lai, la, lai, P'nei Shabbat, P'nei Shabbat, Nekabela. Boi v'shalom, hateripala, gam b'simcha, u'b'tzola, toch emuneh, am segula, boi kala, Boi kalai, lai, 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 yalla, lai, la, lai, lachadodi, yalla, lai, la, lai, likrakala, yalla, lai, la, lai, P'nei Shabbat, P'nei Shabbat, nekabelai, yalla, lai, la, lai, lachadodi, Yalla lai la lai likrakala, Yalla lai la lai P'nei Shabbat, P'nei Shabbat, Nekabela.
Adonai, you abide, though all things change. I am anxious and fearful, and I turn my heart to you, looking to you and leaning on your strength. By the way, I should have said, if I'm reading something that I haven't referred to on a particular page or supplement, it means you don't got it. So just don't look for it, because you don't got it. It is written, blessed is the one whose strength is in you. Bless me now with faith and courage. Help me to find that you are with me, steadying and sustaining me with the assurance that I am loved. Be with me and bring me hope, that in the days to come, my aspirations may be fulfilled for my good and the good of those I love who depend on me. Banish my fears with the sense that you are always present, to uphold and sustain me. As it is written, I have no fear, for I am with you. Be not dismayed. I am your God, and I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will uphold you through the power of my righteousness. We continue with Baruch Hu, page 6.
Yalla lai lai lai, 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 yalla lai lai lai. Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Yalla lai lai lai, yalla lai lai lai, yalla lai lai lai, yalla lai lai lai. Yalla lai lai lai, yalla lai lai lai, yalla lai lai lai, Yala lai lai lai. Oh, barechu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam va'ed, Le'olam va'ed. Yala lai lai lai, 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 yala lai lai lai.
Ma'ariv Aravim prayer. It's a prayer that, with words we recognize the everydayness of life. That the evening comes, that the day passes, and the evening arrives, and God willing, and thank God, the nights pass and the days come again. We are so blessed simply to have awoken this morning. A bunch of you traveled here. And you said to your family, I'll be there. And the roads and the airplanes and the other drivers and the pilots and hopefully the luggage people and maybe the hotel directors, all of them had to fall into place. All of those things had to work for you to be here right now. Prayer, as my first teacher of prayer ever taught me, Jewish prayer is about thanking God for all the things that have gone right, so that we could be here in this moment. The days pass, and the years go by, and here we are tonight, recognizing the beauty of that rhythm that delivered us into this moment right now. Page 8, roll into dark.
Roll into dark, roll into light, night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light, night becomes day, day turns to night. Borei yom balayla, golel mipnei choshech, golel or mipnei choshech, vechoshech mipnei or. Roll into dark, roll into light, night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light, night becomes day, day turns to night. Borei yom v'layla, golel mipnei choshech, golel or mipnei choshech, vechoshech mipnei or. Roll into dark, roll into light, night becomes day, day turns to night.
Natalie shared with me last night something she saw on Facebook that, and this is probably not a surprise to most of you who spend a lot of time on Facebook. I just can't spend as much time. But Israeli soldiers are uniting themselves every day at noon Israel time. Every night at 8 p.m. Israel time. Wherever they are, in Israel or abroad, they've committed to each other to say the Shema. So, starting this week, on Monday and Thursday when we gather for 3M, because we're joining at noon, it's the exact right time, we're going to offer Shema. Page 9, Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Leolam Va'ed.
And I invite up Eliza to chant for us the Ve'ahavta. I don't know. Is it on?
Is it on? No, it's not on.
You don't hear an echo? What did we say? Try again. Oh, whoa. What happened? Just a minute. Oh, we got disconnected. All right. Yeah, here.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים אלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Okay. So those of you for whom this is your first time at CSK, welcome. We're glad to have you here. I want to introduce you to our good friend, Jonathan Goldstein, who joins us and has joined us. This is 7 years he's been joining us. He lives up in McKinney, Texas, and he comes down as often as possible, basically, about once a month, hopefully. And so thank you, Jonathan, for being here. This is also the time when we invite y'all to share with us your simchas, your good newses. So are there any good newses that you would like to share with us? Andy, What's that? Mazel tov.
Simon Tov. Mazel Tov. Mazel.
Beautiful. Mazel tov. Sahel is on Monday. Okay. Are there? Yes, Joan. I'm going to come back to him.
My granddaughter, who just returned from spending a year in Israel for a year in September, she was a volunteer at school. I have not seen her plus a year plus a few months. She and her dad, my daughter Tony, her Israeli boyfriend are coming here for a visit on Tuesday, so I'm all excited.
Oh, wonderful.
Very nice.
That's wonderful. Yes, yes. I heard that. I heard that. That's right. Are there others? Are there other simchas? Yes, Nat. Yes. Yeah, Cantor Sarah Haas, who was our first cantor for CSK, who you've seen a few times over the years. And the fun thing is that Cantor Sarah and the baby, at least, are coming in January for our January 20th 10-year anniversary celebration. So that's going to be lots of fun. Jay. Sunday afternoon, what time? Okay. Okay. Excellent. Can we do happy birthday?
Oh, yeah.
Are there any other birthdays falling very, very close? Oh, yes, Katie. Oh, Mazel Tov. As we say, Tit Chadshi, may you be renewed. Yes? Yes. And thank God we heard that 2 of the hostages were released. Yes. Yes. It's a beautiful thing. Yes? I'm so glad to hear that. I'm not repeating it, but so glad to hear that. Can we all sing happy birthday to Alex?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Alex. Happy birthday to you. In Hebrew, Yom Huledet Sameach. Yom Huledet Sameach. Yom Huledet Sameach. Yom Huledet Sameach.
And let us sing Mi Chamocha together. Page 13.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar ba'kodesh. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar ba'kodesh. Nora tehilot osei pele, Nora tehilot osei pele Adonai. Yimloch le'olam va'ed. Malchutecha ra'u banecha, Bokei hayam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam. Ze'elianu ve'amru, Ze'elianu ve'amru, Adonai, Yimloch le'olam va'ed. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, Mi kamocha nadar ba'kodesh, Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, Mi kamocha nadar ba'kodesh. Nora tehilot osei pele, Nora tehilot osei pele Adonai, Yimloch le'olam va'ed. Adonai, Yimloch le'olam va'ed.
Would you all please rise? Turn to page 15 for the Amidah.
Ananana Adonai. Ananana Sfatai Tifta. Ananana Ufi Yagi. Ufi Yagi Tehilatecha. Ananana Adonai. Ananana Sfatai Tifta. Ananana Ufi Yagid. Ufi Yagid Tehilatecha.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Velohei Avotenu V'Imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak Velohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Velohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor V'Hanora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim Vekonei Hakol, Vezocher Chasdei Avot Ve'imahot, Umevi Geulah Livnei Vneihem, Leman Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshiach U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Ve'ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayeh HaKol atah Rav Lehoshia, Mechalkel Chaim Bechesed, Mechayeh HaKol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim Verofei Holim, Umatir Asurim, Umechayim Emunato, Lishenei Afar. Michamocha Baal Gevurot, Umidom Elah, Melech Memit, Umechayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua, Remanata L'Chachayot HaKol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh HaKol. Atah Kadosh Shimcha Kadosh, Ukadoshim B'chol Yom Yalucha Selah. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh.
Please be seated. Please read responsively with me on page 17. I am a Jew because the faith of Israel demands no abdication of the mind. Please.
I am a Jew because the faith of Israel requires all devotion of our heart.
I am a Jew because in every place where suffering weeps, the Jew weeps.
I am a Jew because every time when despair cries out, the Jews hope.
I am a Jew because the word of Israel is the oldest and the newest.
I am a Jew because Israel's promise is the universal promise.
I am a Jew because for Israel the world is not completed, we are completing it.
I am a Jew because for Israel humanity is not created, we are creating it.
I am a Jew because Israel places humanity and its unity above the nations and above Israel itself.
I am a Jew.
Image of the divine unity, Israel places the unity which is divine. We continue. Page 18. A song for peace. Shalom Rav. May there be great peace. Peace that extends its arms around every human soul, around every part of creation, around the world.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. כי אתה הוא מלך אדון לכל השלום, כי אתה הוא מלך אדון לכל השלום. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. בטוב בעיניך לברך את עמך ישראל בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם.
Some of you may recall several years ago, we call it BC, before COVID. We brought in the band called Nefesh Mountain, and they performed out on the Discovery Green lawn, and it was just fantastic. Well, they have a relatively new prayer for healing that Jonathan and I felt was very appropriate, particularly this week. So he's going to lead us in that prayer. The words can be found in the supplement. It's called the Tree of Life. And as we get towards the conclusion of the song, I'll invite those who would like to stand and offer the names of people you are praying for healing. And then we will conclude the song prayer.
Oh, sweet Spirit, hear my prayer. Help these words hail someone out there. I am but a voice, just a cry in the air. But I sing nonetheless. In this pain we share. Oh, sweet friends, come and dry your eyes and hold each other by this tree of life. I'm angry and tired of this great divide, but we sing nonetheless with love on our side. Oh, sweet souls who feel broken now, we'll heal together somewhere, somehow. Time and again we have been let down, but we sing nonetheless, still whole and still proud.
People who are in need of healing, I invite you to stand where you are seated so you can mention their names. And once you do, then I invite you to be seated once again.
sweet Spirit, hear my prayer. Help these words heal someone out there.
Tiffany? Announcements? Announcements. Oh, here, just use this. For some reason, that's
Shabbat Shalom. It is absolutely wonderful to see all of y'all here tonight in a time where I think we all need to be together in community. And as we begin the celebration of Eliza for her bat mitzvah tomorrow. So with that, Eliza's bat mitzvah will continue tomorrow morning at the Holocaust Museum Houston at 10:30. All are welcome to come. It's in the Righteous Garden. Am I saying that correctly?
Garden of the Righteous.
Oh, sorry. Can y'all hear me now? No?
No.
Okay. So we'll see y'all tomorrow morning. The third edition of Tour de Torah is happening this Thursday here at First UU at 6:30. Even if you missed the first two, you can still come. There's 3 more books that we're learning about. I know Rabbi Scott would love to see you. So come enjoy an hour and a half of his interpretation and telling us all the great things about our lovely book of the Torah. There's a lot going on, I'm not gonna lie. Journey is still going on this Sunday afternoon at the JCC. And we will have another Jewish Trails on the second Saturday of the month of November. If you have children 3 to 6 years old, please either see myself or Sahel Chen, and we'll get you information on how you can sign up for that. Next week, we are online. We will not all be physically together, but we will be seeing y'all through via Zoom, so please make sure to join us at that point. And save the date if you haven't already. CSK is celebrating our 10 years, and we cannot wait to celebrate with all of y'all here in the community. It will happen Saturday, January 20th at the JCC. More information to come. And also save the date for Friday, December 8th. We will be having Hanukkah Shabbat as well as CSK Day. That will be at the Murfish, and more information on how you can register to attend will be coming out shortly. So we hope to see you all there at our upcoming programs. Thank you.
Thank you, Tiffany. The one thing I wanted to point out is that hopefully y'all did receive today an email inviting you to be a sponsor for our January 20th event. We need to hear from you by November 10th, I believe, to make sure that your name is in our invitation. So please read it, please be generous, and please help us make this 10-year celebration a huge success. There is a text in the Talmud that is very akin to what one might describe as a modern-day case study. This is what I got to fix the sound. Hang on, sorry. That's better. Is that better? Okay, good. All right. A little bit louder? I'll just put it in there. All right, here we go. The rabbis ask, what should happen if 2 people find themselves in the desert and one of them has only a skin of water that is enough for only one of them to survive and make it back to civilization. But if they share the water, neither of them would survive. Both would die. I forgot to mention, by the way, this is a PG-13 sermon. So parents, just know it's not going to be R, but it's going to be PG-13. So we're going to be dealing with some challenging topics. So in this case, if they shared this one skin of water, Both of them would surely die. Only one of them can make it out and into the wilderness, and into civilization, if one of them drinks only. This case study is quite stark. It doesn't allow for any other possibilities of how one might be able to maneuver the situation. One has enough water for one person to survive. If they share, both will surely die. One rabbi weighs in, demanding that they share the water nonetheless. He claims that even if they are both to die, it is better than for one to have to witness his friend's demise. But Rabbi Akiva argues that this is not the case. Torah, he claims, teaches that the one whose water it is must keep the water for himself, even though it means that his friend will die. To prove his point, he quotes a text from Leviticus that is understood as the primary proof text for the mandate to give tzedakah. One is always obligated, according to the Torah, to give to his fellow what his fellow needs for survival, up until the point that he undermines his own survival. This hypothetical text is meant to test the boundaries of generosity versus vulnerability. How far can or should one go in their generosity as they potentially undermine one's commitment to one's own life? I believe that the rabbis present this scenario in the broader context of tzedakah, precisely because of the abundant generosity of the resources provided in the world. We call God Hazan et Hakol, the one who provides food for all. Not the one who feeds everyone, but provides enough for everyone to be fed. This summer, I found myself particularly focused on water as a limited resource as I was leading one of the groups from the Woods Project. Unfortunately, when hiking in the upper Sierras, one is warned against drinking water from lakes and streams without properly filtering it. The process of filtering water can be quite slow, and I had to remind myself that nonetheless the resource was abundant, even though time wasn't always on our side. My point is that the story is important, not because we need a moral imperative for how we should act in this extreme scenario, but because the scenario is possible. We need to work our damnedest to ensure that we don't find ourselves in it in the first place. Nobody should ever set out on a journey in which access to water will be extremely limited, to the point of threatening one's life, unless things have gone very, very wrong. I bring this text before you tonight because it feels like things have gone very, very wrong. I'm not actually speaking about the atrocities committed against Israelis a week ago, Saturday. Hamas knew what they were doing. There is no question about that. For Hamas, things didn't go wrong. They went exactly and most tragically according to plan. I'm also not speaking of the horrific situation in which Palestinians find themselves in Gaza. For Hamas, things haven't gone wrong there as well. As Shoshi Kaganovsky from our congregation was quoted in this week's Jewish Herald Voice, before Hamas kidnapped 200 Israeli civilians, they took the people of Gaza hostage years ago. No, I am speaking about what has gone wrong with my liberal friends. 900 professors at our son Sammy's university have signed a letter that blames Israel for the acts of Hamas last Saturday. A Columbia University professor called out the university president as a coward and proclaimed to the Jewish parents of Columbia students, "We cannot keep your children safe." Violent and demeaning anti-Israel and anti-Semitic demonstrations of thousands have broken out in Atlanta, Minneapolis, Dearborn, San Diego, and other cities. These demonstrations look like those that would take place so often and have taken place so often in cities like Damascus and Beirut, Cairo, Tripoli, and Baghdad, only they are happening here. Please allow me to describe for you why anti-Semitism is the only rationale I can come up with that explains these acts. We live in a world divided along two opposing narratives. There are the facts people, and there are those who claim that facts are a matter of opinion. I genuinely would have thought that when we all woke up on Saturday, October 7th, and learned the news of the barbarity in Israel, committed by Hamas against men, women, and children, that we would all be on the same page. I thought that despite our differences, we would all come together to call out Hamas's brutal terrorist attack on Israel for what it is: a barbaric and inhumane terrorist attack on the only Jewish nation in the world. An attack rooted in the pursuit of exterminating the state of Israel, not rooted in the cause of Palestinian liberation. There is something immensely broken in the way we communicate with one another. Most of us grew up in similar societies where we learned together and studied together. Many of us have had similar opportunities leading us to similar aspirations. So I'm asking you, you plural, you the world, what am I missing? Because here's what I understand. The Jewish people traced their origins back to this land for far longer than 2,000 years. If there was ever a question that this was true, one would have to ask why it is called Palestine in the first place. Palestine is the anglicized version of Philistia, the Hebrew name for one of ancient Israel's greatest enemies, the Phoenicians. When the Romans sacked Jerusalem, burned down the ancient temple, and took the Jews into captivity, they tripled down on their viciousness, renaming this land Philistia to serve as a stick in the eye of the Jews, renaming the land with the name of our greatest ancient enemy at the time. Thus, this land came to be known as the geographical area of Palestine. What did Jews call themselves who lived in the land prior to 1948? Palestinian Jews. What did Arabs call themselves? Palestinian Arabs. Should the Palestinian Arab people have the right to self-determination? To not live under the hegemonic, violent, suicidal cult that is Hamas? Of course. Is it complicated and messy? Yes. But of course, the UN voted to give Jews and Arabs each their own state in 1947 without anybody having to be kicked out of any homeland. And that the Arabs rejected this partition plan because they would not abide the existence of a Jewish nation on this land. Jews accepted this decision, the Arabs rejected it and declared war. In the wake of the 1948 War for Independence, about 750,000 non-Jewish Palestinian Arab residents indeed lost their homes. I can tell you that it broke my heart last summer when a friend of a friend who was driving me back to Jerusalem shared with me that his grandparents' home that they became the owners of in 1948 had only weeks before that moment in 1948 belonged to an Arab family. And there was no process or reparation offered. The narrative often shared is that the Arab armies told the Arab residents to leave, and that once they won the war and pushed the Jews into the sea, they could return. That narrative is indeed up for debate. But what we do know is that war causes major displacement, and it is heartbreaking and it should be addressed. I firmly believe that had the Arab nations and people accepted Israel's existence, there would have been a grand international pressure for Israel to offer some sort of restitution. What people don't often know is that there is a name for those Palestinian Arab residents who didn't leave: Israelis. And yes, Israel doesn't have the perfect or pristine record in terms of how it has always treated Arab Israelis. Every war leads to land acquisition and land loss. I also know that there were about 750,000 Arab Jews who lost their home as a result. As I said, there are 750,000 Arabs who lost their homes as a result of the 1948 war, and I know that over the course of the following 10 years, there were about the same number of Jews who lost their homes throughout Arab countries, not to mention the millions of dead Jews and millions more who would never get their home or land back after World War II. It's rare that anyone speaks about that. And I know Israel has made strategic errors that have made things worse. I am fully and painfully aware of what occupation has done to the Palestinians as well as to the Israelis. Dehumanization is a direct result of fear of the other. And even if you want to make the argument that they are de facto occupiers of Gaza via controlling the utilities, I also know that there is this other border with Arab countries, Egypt. And they could have let them come in there and provided them with life and opportunities. I want people to understand our pain. I want them to understand that when I read the stories of what these Hamas terrorists did, I want them to understand that I don't believe anymore, and this is painful to say, that there is that much light between those who did these heinous acts and what riotous groups like I saw on TV in Michigan and in Atlanta. I don't think it's a far stretch to imagine that getting much worse and leading to violence against we Jews. The title of this talk is called Scared. It is ironically not Hamas that is making me feel scared. It is this mob mentality that is massing not on the borders, but in our cities, on our college campuses, that makes me scared. And now, I want to offer you something called a nechemta. It's a note of comfort. This morning, I spoke to my friend Sharik Ghani, who is the founder and the executive director of the Minaret Foundation. Some of you have heard me speak about him. He is one of our most significant partners in our interfaith clergy work. He is Muslim, whose organization is dedicated to broadening and deepening civil discourse with the purpose of creating partnerships with government and education agencies. Truth be told, he doesn't agree with many of the points I shared with you about the history. But our commitment to building and strengthening bridges, especially between Jews and Christians and Muslims, supersedes the narrative talking points. While my research and learning lead me to understand that these points are beyond argument, the civility and camaraderie that we have built for the sake of the greater good here outweighs my need to be right about the specifics there. Because here's what I know. The losses in Israel break Sharik's heart as much as the losses of innocent life in Gaza. He is the reason I feel safe in our community. It doesn't stop with Shark. My friend and Abraham's doctor, John Bertini, a deacon in his Catholic church, wrote to me expressing his outrage and his sadness. And my neighbor Richard and his girlfriend Brooke, through a brief exchange of text messages, make me feel safer. And my college roommate, Chris, who reached out to me through Facebook Messenger saying, Rabbi Scott, just wanted you to know I am praying for Israel. I am praying for Jews around the world. I am praying for you and your congregation. Then he added, please pray for me as I am feeling rage and hatred for those monsters that committed those atrocities. It's remarkable how hearing people affirm your truth can make all the difference in the world. Please join us in this song, We Will Rise. The words can be found on the supplement.
From the flames as they burn, to the chaos as it rains, from the ashes that have fallen, we will rise. From the memories that we gained, in the places that we made, from the soil and our dreams, we will rise. 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 From the breaking of our past to the promise of our truth, from this blessing to rebuild, we will rise. From the earth beneath our pain to the love between our hearts, because the light is in the fire, we will rise. 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 We are the fire. We are the light. You cannot break us. We will arise. We are the fire. We are the light. You cannot break us. We will rise. We are the fire. We are the light. You cannot break us. We will rise. We
are the fire.
we are the fire.
On the light.
We are the light.
You cannot break
You can't break us.
We will rise.
We will rise.
We are the fire.
We are the fire.
Are the light.
We are the light.
You cannot break
You can't break us.
We'll rise.
We will rise. We are the fire. We are the light. You cannot break us. We will rise. From the flames as they burn to the chaos as it rains, from the ashes that have fallen, we will rise.
Please remain standing. Aleinu, page 24.
Aleinu l'shabeach Adon hakol, ha'teketu ha'liyotzeh b'reishit, shelo asanu kagoyei haratzot, velo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, v'gora leinu kechol hamonam, va'anachnu korim, ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
At this time, we turn to page 26 in preparation for Kaddish. I invite you to rise where you are seated, to invite you to mention names if you would like of people whom you are remembering. Once you've mentioned their names aloud, I invite you to then remain standing.
My grandfather, Nicole's mother, Patty Epps.
And all those lost. Israel and Gaza. The innocents, those defending others. We join you as we all stand together. Hikadal, Vikadash, Shemei Rabbah. Ve'alma ivra chirte ve'amlich malchute. Ve'chayechon u'yamechon u'v'chaye d'chol beit Yisrael. Ba'agala u'vizman kariv ve'imru amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam ulmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yipa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmed kudsha richu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushpechata v'nechemata. Da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. I'd like to invite us all to read together the prayer for the state of Israel. Do you have it there? Yeah, here it is. We're not passing that out yet. Not quite yet. Not quite yet. Not quite yet. Thank you. You're a little early. We haven't done the closing song yet. Rock and champion of Israel, please bless the state of Israel, first fruit of the flourishing of the fruit of our redemption. Guard it in the abundance of your love. Spread over it the shelter of your peace. Send forth your light and truth to those who lead and judge it, and to those who hold elective office. Establish in them, through your presence, wise counsel. They may walk in the way of justice, freedom, and integrity. Strengthen the hands of those who guard our holy land. Let them inherit salvation and life, and give peace to the land and perpetual joy to its dispersion. Plant in their hearts a love of Zion, and for all our people everywhere, may God be with them, and may they have the opportunity to go up to the land. Cause your Spirit's influence to emanate upon all dwellers of our holy land. Remove from their midst hatred and enmity, jealousy and wickedness. Plant in their hearts love and kinship, peace and friendship, and soon fulfill the vision of your prophet Nathan. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation. Let them no longer learn ways of war. And we conclude with Hatikva.
Kol od balev afanima, nefesh Yehudi homia, ulfate mizra kadima, ayin letzion Sophia. Od lo avda tikvateinu, ha-tikva bat shnot alpayim, liyotam chofshi be'artzenu, Eretz Zion Yerushalayim, liyotam chofshi be'artzenu, Eretz Zion Yerushalayim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu. Okay, we'll wait. And for those of you who are wondering, the Astros won.
Okay, I think we can start.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho v'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu, zikaron l'maaseh bereshit, Ki hu yom techila lemikra kodesh, zecher letziat Mitzrayim, ki banu v'acharta, ve'otanu kidashta, mikol amim, v'shabbat kodshecha, ve'ahava u'ratzon, inchaltanu, Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh haShabbat.
L'chaim.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom, everybody.
Shabbat shalom.
Thank you.
Thank you.